All right, so what is the impact of Christianity on the American founding? The impact that Christianity had on the American founding should be divided into two categories. How did Christianity impact the lives of those already living on the continent, and how did it impact the behavior and lifestyle of the people who immigrated collectively? In most of our readings, presentations, and videos, we have learned that many people came to the New World for religious purposes. In the video A New Adam, the historians acknowledge that Catholic priests from Spain arrived in modern-day New Mexico long before the religious factions throughout the eastern coast. Within a decade, they built over 40 churches and were intentionally pushing the Pueblo Indians to convert. In a matter of time, the Pueblos Indians began to adopt the god of the foreigners, but they did not believe in monotheism and continued to worship their own gods. In 1675, Pueblo religious leaders were imprisoned in Santa Fe, which resulted in a Pueblo revolt that caused so many deaths among the Spanish priests that they fled the area. The textbook, A History of Christianity in the United States and Canada, argued that Catholicism and Indian culture were in natural conflict because the Indians were not adaptable to the new Spanish imperial culture, the Spanish did not attempt to translate material into their own languages, and they were promised a better life, yet were stricken with disease as interaction increased. In New France and the English colonies, the receptiveness of Christianity depended on the tribe and the missionaries there. Some tribes accepted Christianity, such as the Huron tribe led by Brebeuf, while others, like the Iroquois, were unreceptive. Overall, while there is some success in pockets throughout the New World, there is not a sweeping mass conversion, and both the settlers and the natives attempt to hold on to the culture of their homeland. The religion of the settlers as they came to the New World impacted their lives tremendously by shaping the patterns of their lifestyles, the location of their homes, and the type of charters that they wrote. For example, Puritans who settled in Massachusetts were committed to being a Christian colony, and their 1649 charter stated that they wanted to win and excite natives to the knowledge of Christ. Their reason for moving over was to preserve and purify the faith, which led them to live in a communal setting around meeting houses. In comparison, Virginia was based in the Anglican Church, whose governmental structure necessitated a bishop and close ties with the motherland, and neither of those came to fruition. Most of the Christians moving to Virginia were not moving for religious purposes, but rather fortune hunters, who in turn moved to private locations near rivers and were more susceptible to gambling. In addition, this paved the way for the necessity of slaves and the continuation of their fortune hunting. Lastly, each colony's charter was affected by the religion of the settlers. The emphasis that came from the people like the Puritans and Whitefield on the individualization of your salvation paved the way for the separation of the Church and the Church of England and encouraged ideas found in the Bill of Rights. A historian mentioned in Dr. Schultz's video, Hudson, argued that Christianity was important to the Republic and strengthened it. Overall, Christianity, through different denominations, influenced and impacts the founding of America, including its original charters, the natives, its future government, and society itself.